Hey, what's up YouTube? And thanks for joining me for another great product spotlight video brought to you by Mount Baker Vapor. So for those of you that don't know, we are trying to increase the amount of new exciting things that you see for sale on our website as far as hardware is concerned. And if you've been following us on social media, you've seen live posts that we've been doing announcing new product releases. So this one is set to go live very, very soon, and it's something I think you'll all be very excited about. Product you may be familiar with, or at least heard of, is the Joyetech Ego AIO. What I have in my hand here is the new and improved version of the Joyetech Ego AIO, and it is called the Joyetech Ego AIO ECO. So today what we're gonna do is dive down and take a closer look at this product, and I'll tell you what she's all about. All right, just as promised everyone, here we have a close-up look at the Joyetech Ego AIO ECO. And to be quite honest with you, I know that this product is different. It's not the Ego AIO that we've seen from Joyetech in the past, but as far as the Eco goes, I really can't tell you what that stands for, but you'll have to take my word for it that it is a really, really great product, and I've been using this thing non-stop, and I gotta tell you, it definitely takes care of those nicotine cravings that I have as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop it open and see what's inside. We've got the packaging. Seems to be very sleek. You can see it's a very, very tiny device. I can almost completely palm that guy. And if you slide it open, inside of the packaging, we have the device itself. And this one is a blue and white version. Right off the bat, you can see that this is about maybe half the size of the original Joyetech Ego. Very, very sleek design. I like this very sporty racing stripe style coloring that they have on it. And like I said, it's just really, really compact. If we continue opening the box, besides the device, we also get a couple other goodies. We get a coil, a replacement coil for the device, which is a new style of coil as opposed to the traditional BF coil that's used as a replacement for the Joyetech Ego AIO. This says it is a BFHN coil. And all of these coils, as far as I know, are rated at 0.5 ohms. We also get a handy dandy USB charger. We have, oh, this is really cool. So we have basically a breakdown of your VG ratios in correspondence with the BFHN 0.5 ohm coil head. So it kind of gives you an idea of the performance that you're going to get based on the percentages of VG inside of your e-juice. And we also have some replacement rings. And then typical paperwork. We've got your quick start guide. It's a really simple device to use, but this is helpful, so don't be shy about reading the instructions. I know a lot of times people kind of shy away from that, but at the end of the day, we just want everyone to be safe and not smoke cigarettes. So we're going to give you a quick look at the device here with a small tutorial, and then if you need further assistance, the quick start guide is a good way to go. And the warranty card. All right, we'll pack all that stuff back up, and let's take a closer look at the device itself. So there you go. There's a good look at her. You got your USB port for charging on the side, and this is a quick charge. Typically it takes about around an hour, I've noticed, maybe an hour and a half for a full charge. This device does have set airflow, so you won't need to adjust any rings at the top, no rings down here at the bottom, which is nice, because as we all know that if there's not a bottom airflow, that means no leakage, which is always a plus. The one thing I like about the set airflow is that it makes that transition from smoking to vaping very simple. So you're just gonna fill this thing with juice, fire it up, vape on it, and then you forget about it. And I really think that when you're making that transition from analogs to an e-cigarette, that's the way it should be, and that's what Joyetech has brought you. So let's go ahead and open it up. You can see that the whole top is going to come off. You got your mouthpiece here, and the mouthpiece is connected to the top of the tank. When you're first starting up, what you're going to want to do is wiggle the glass off, and it is a small tube. This device does hold 2 mils of e-liquid, which means that it is TPD compliant. And that's pretty standard, especially for a lot of these mouth-to-lung devices nowadays. You know, a lot of these companies, they want to sell their products in Europe, so they have to meet that requirement of a 2 mil juice capacity. But I gotta tell you, even with the 0.5 ohm coil, I vape on this thing non-stop, and it doesn't guzzle juice at all. I mean, I get a really nice vape from it, and like I said, I'm getting all that nicotine that I need as well. So it's not like you're gonna have to worry about constantly uncapping it and refilling it, which is great. So for those of you that don't know, typically the best way to start this is to go ahead and prime your coil. And by priming, what I mean is we're gonna wanna put a few drops of e-juice on the cotton. There is a lot of cotton in here, so you may need a little bit more e-liquid. And what this does is this makes sure that if you fire that coil, you're not going to burn that cotton out, because then you've got a burnt coil and everything is going to taste like burnt cotton, and that's really not a good experience. And like I said, if you're making that transition and you put down those cigarettes and you come right to this device, that's the last thing you really need in your life, is to be tasting all that burnt cotton. Coils definitely do have an interesting build to them. If you look down the center, it is a very wide coil, so you're going to have a lot of space there in the center, but that does help with the set airflow. Make sure you're getting that mouth to lung draw without it being too restrictive. And this also helps with the wicking, doing this on the sides. So now that we've got it primed up, let's pop the glass back on. Sits on there nice and tight. We've got the little O-ring at the bottom, and it says, "Keep calm and vape on." Indeed. Now, for filling the juice, we're going to fill it directly into the tube, not down the center of the coil, because if you do that, I guarantee you're going to end up with a mouthful of juice. Nobody wants that. So I'm using this blunt needle tip just because I find it handy to have one of these devices. It eliminates messes, you know, and I don't have to like cram the nozzle top in there. Just makes my life easier. You can actually pick one of those up on MT Baker Vapor, and I believe they're like $1. So don't hesitate to add one of those guys to your order, because I guarantee you it's gonna make your life a lot easier. And it looks like we've got Gimmix today. Now, for those of you that haven't tried Gimmix, it's a great cereal flavor. If you think about the name Gimmix and you think about some cereals you might have ate when you were a kid, I'm sure you can get the idea, but I'm pretty sure that I can't legally name what that tastes like. But trust me, you're gonna love it. Pop our little nozzle top back on there. Got our coil sitting here wicking up nice. Just screw that bad boy right on. And I gotta tell you, the threads are very nice. Seals up nice and tight, not getting any cross threading or anything. So on the old Ego AIO, when you power this on, you click 5 times, and you're gonna see this button light up. But on this device, it lights up inside the tank. You'll see a blinking light right here. and that's how you know it's on. It's about as easy as it gets, folks, so why don't we go ahead, head back up, take a closer look, and vape on it, and see what it's all about. All right, boys and girls, there she is, as promised, the Joyetech Ego AIO ECO. We've had our coil sitting in there for a minute, marinating up in that Gimmix juice, and I'm real excited to start puffing on it. Got it turned on. Let's go ahead and puff away and see what she's like. And it's great. I mean, you can see the amount of dense vapor that I'm putting out, and the flavor, I gotta tell you, is on point. I feel like I just had breakfast. I got that cereal all up in my mouth. Like I said before, if you hadn't tried Gimmix, give it a shot. You're gonna love it, and it's really coming through on the 0.5 ohm coil. Now this tank and this device is built to handle any kind of juice. You can use whatever you want in there. I would recommend, if you're making that transition from smoking, a 50-50 or a 70-30 blend is probably going to be where you want to live. For those of you a little more experienced, or maybe people looking for a little extra kick, this is perfect for Nic salts. I don't want to say that it was designed just for Nic salts, but it handles Nic salts well. And it makes sure that you're getting the nicotine that you need, the battery will last you all day, and you're getting that great flavor from your favorite e-juice. Oh, you're still here? I thought you guys would be on Empty Baker Vapor already, buying one for yourself. What are you waiting for? They come in 4 great colors. I got blue, I got red, I got green, and I got black, and if you don't hurry, you're gonna miss out. And when you're done buying your stuff, make sure you check us out on all our social media avenues. We got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the rest. And stay tuned for more great product spotlight videos right here on YouTube. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you next time.